heard of Ronnie DeFeo, like everyone else, the horrors, the hauntings. I never put much into it until it came to my door. My name is Jackie Barrett. I am a psychic medium. Ronnie contacted me psychically. I felt him calling me. I'm getting closer.
My days are numbered. This is my last interview. I think it's time for the truth to come out.
He was being attacked. There's something else in him. I am the only one to get rid of it.
It's torturing me.
This will be the first time we're meeting face to face.
How can one person commit these crimes? Any way you put it doesn't make sense.
That's when the killings were close. I kept it to myself all these years.
I think Ronnie is the origin of evil. On November 13th, 1974, Ronald DeFeo Jr. burst into Harry's Bar and the patron's neighborhood, yelling and screaming that his mother and father had been shot. A group of guys hopped into his car, went down the street, and went inside, and a few of the friends went upstairs and found Ronald DeFeo Sr., his mother Louise, shot to death in their bed, and subsequently found the children, DeFeo's siblings, all shot to death in their beds. Ronnie claims he wasn't there at the time and had discovered this prior to running into the bar and telling his friends. The police found the gun box from 35 Marlin inside his bedroom, and DeFeo subsequently confessed. After DeFeo had confessed, he drew them a map of where the gun could be found off the Amityville dock in the river, and that he had disposed of the evidence such as the bullets and had wrapped up his bloody clothes and thrown them in a storm drain in Brooklyn the morning after the murders, and then had gone to work and conducted his day as if nothing happened. DeFeo was convicted and sentenced to 6 life terms, but there's never been an explanation. There's been a solid explanation how this is done. How are 6 people shot to death in a 3-story house in a residential community, an upscale residential community such as Ammityville? How can one person commit these crimes and no one hears a shot, no one gets out of bed, there was no silencer on the weapon, all the victims were found face down in the bed, no one tried to defend themselves. It was shown through toxicology reports that the family was not drugged. Any way you put it, it doesn't make sense. To this day, it's unexplained.
My name is Jackie Barrett. I am a psychic medium and a crime profiler. My mom was a psychic medium, and I first realized I was able to communicate with the dead at the age of 6. Some kids learn to bake. I've learned to see beyond, far beyond. You girls ready?
We're ready.
We got a homicide. Another one. I've been working with law enforcement over 25 years. Police report. I want you to both look it over.
Okay, so this is in Milwaukee. Ashley Love. She's 19.
I help solve over 300 cases. I'd like to be connected to the coroner's main office. Yeah, there's something really wrong. The report says that he was 45. In fact, he was 24. Communicating with the dead is very easy for me. It's not a vision that I see. When I'm channeling, there's somebody else inside, and they're coming through. I'm just a messenger. I heard of Ronnie DeFeo, like everyone else, the horror, the hauntings. I never put much into it until it came to my door. I was on a case. I was in the area of where Ronnie once lived, and he contacted me psychically. I felt him calling me. He's coming. Oh, wow. I was drawn to the Amityville house, compelled to get there. 3 weeks later, there was a letter from Ronnie. And then it just snowballed. When Ronnie first contacted me, he wanted help. He knows he's going to die soon. He's very sick. But there was something much more important. His spirit. He was being attacked. There's something else in him. I'm going to take his soul. Possession is real. He told me he feels their hands on him. And then he said that they're back. And he told me I'm the only one to get rid of it. What Ronnie is revealing has never been told before. People have heard a lot of stories about Ronnie, but not this one. I believe Ronnie reached out to me because he knew not only that I could handle it, but he knew I can communicate with it, and it was me. Something weird happened last night.
You just made a connection with me. Now it's something to do.
Since I've been involved with Ronnie DeFeo, the things going on in my house and with me, nightmares, scratching in my walls. I looked in the mirror, in the bathroom. I saw myself different. I think it was Ronald's mom. My husband and I are disturbed at night. We both seem to get up, preoccupied doing things, in a sleepwalking state. It's almost as though we're looking for something, or maybe hiding something. Ronnie told me we are reliving the DeFeo's life. This has been the worst year ever. I'm going to need help. How many dead bodies do you think are in that one area?
How many do you want to be in that?
Tony Conti, NYPD detective, terrorist task force. I worked with him for about 10 years. He's dealt with paranormal.
Do I think evil exists? Every day it exists. Whether we choose to recognize it or accept it is a different story. But this evil is probably the biggest evil I've ever seen in my entire life. And it's here.
There's about 14 in that one area.
It's so easy to hide something or somebody in the emergency services unit. It's probably the most elite unit in the New York City Police Department. When the police need help, what do they call? They call emergency services. And unfortunately, in police work, especially emergency services, you become exposed and you're called to the darkest of the dark. If you're not a believer, I think you should start believing. Things are existing. They are real. They happen every day. Do we see it? No. But they're there.
I pulled Tony Conti into it. I confided in him.
Through my connection with Jackie, I might have opened a portal up and let evil it had manifested in my life, especially in my house. I just started hearing these bizarre, like somebody weighed about 400 pounds pounding on my front door. Without anybody there. And they had just a weird coldness outside in front of my door. It was very cold. It was just so hot summer night. If it went to Jackie and it went to me, where's it going next?
If we don't deal with it and do it immediately, and Ronnie passes, this entity is going to find a new vessel. It may be a visitor in a prison, a woman visiting her husband. 2 or 3 months later, kills her whole family.